All right, guys, it's official. Pierre Poilievre is back. He posted something on X today after a few days of silence, and he said, "It is with humility and appreciation that I have accepted Damien Curic's offer to resign his seat in Battle River Crowfoot, so that I can work to earn the support of the citizens there to serve them in Parliament. Damien's selfless act to step aside temporarily as a member of Parliament shows his commitment to change and restoring Canada's promise. I will work to earn the trust of the good people of Battle River Crowfoot, and I will continue to hold the Liberal minority government to account until the next federal election, when we will bring real change to all Canadians." Now, in my opinion, this is great news. A lot of people were thinking, hey, maybe we need to switch him out for someone else. Well, here's the thing. With all the progress that was made, especially amongst the youth, switching him out now would be a bad move, in my opinion, because again, sometimes progress doesn't happen as quickly as you'd like. And just because you fail once, that doesn't mean you fail again. In fact, most people who try to do something and accomplish something great fail at least one time before they end up achieving it. This is Canada. It's a very liberal country. The other left-wing parties basically got annihilated and all joined up with the Liberals. The mainstream media, the Trump thing, going up against Trudeau, then Carney, and having to battle with Jagmeet Singh, and after all that, we still kept them to a minority. Right? If you told me that the NDP was going to get 6% and the Bloc was going to lose 15 seats or whatever it was, and Pierre's going to lose his own riding, I would tell you, okay, it's going to be a majority. This is really, really bad. But it wasn't. It was close, but it wasn't. And not to mention the Conservatives gained, 24 seats, I believe it was. They also got a higher percent of the vote total than any Conservative since the 80s. I mean, Pierre made great strides. And, a year or two more of this Liberal Party, how many people are going to be a little bit upset with Mark Carney and abandon the Liberal Party? And what other tricks do they have? Yeah, they'll come up with some smear tactics like always, but they can't switch out a new leader again. The NDP is not going to get less votes than they did. Mark Carney also said he's not going to be teaming up with the NDP, although that's only right now. He's not in trouble right now, right? But if there's some sort of, in the first 6 months or a year, something goes bad, which I'm sure it will, and there's going to be calls for us to go back to election again, then he's going to seek help from the Bloc or the NDP to keep him in power, and we'll have to see what happens. We don't even know who's going to be the interim leader for the NDP yet, so it's way too early to make speculation like that. Now, the one thing else I wanted to show you here is Mark Carney responded to this, and I thought his response is very interesting, so let's have a look here.
I've already indicated to Mr. Poilievre that if it's the decision of him and the Conservative Party to trigger, if I can put it that way, a by-election, I will ensure that it happens as soon as possible. Okay. No games, nothing, straight.
So that's interesting, and I do have to admit I respect Mark Carney for that. That might be the only time you ever hear me say this on this channel. I know a lot of people cringe at that, but I do appreciate that from Mark Carney. No games. Although, to be fair, if Mark Carney were to play games and make him wait 6 months, which is the maximum time that you do have to wait, I think that would make him look weak and that he's scared of Pierre Poilievre. Where this is more honorable, it's fair. So, we could be going into a by-election in Battle River Crowfoot in the next few weeks, and Pierre could be back. And again, I gotta hand it to Pierre. That's not an easy thing to do, to lose your riding and then have to go somewhere else and then get voted in and come back. And yeah, he's going to receive a hero's welcome from the Conservative Party, but you also know that Bruce Fanjoy, the guy who won Carleton for the Liberals, is going to have a big old smile on his face and probably have a lot of snarky comments for Pierre Poilievre regarding, him beating Pierre. So, again, that's an awkward thing to have to go through, but Pierre's tough. He's got thick skin. I don't think he's going to be that bothered by it. And I think he's going to have a better chance. Now, that being said, it really depends on what happens. They got to figure out deep down what really went wrong, why they couldn't get the youth to have higher turnouts. I believe it was 62% that turned out in 2021, and it was like 66% in 2025. That's not high enough. We needed more of a turnout than that, and that also contributed to Pierre Poilievre losing. So in the next couple of years, as long as the youth continues to move a little bit more to the right, Pierre's got a better chance. Right? If the youth continues to move a certain way, eventually there's going to be so many of them, and there's going to be some of the older folks who unfortunately will no longer be with us, and we're going to have more conservatives. That's how movements start, and it doesn't always happen in one election cycle. I know a lot of people are disappointed. I'm still disappointed. It's the first thing I think of when I wake up. Man, I can't believe we lost. But again, we got punched in the face. We got punched in the face hard, and we've been getting punched in the face for 10 years. We just got to take it a little bit longer and come back. That's the only option. Giving up or trying to separate. I know a lot of people who watch this channel are from Alberta and you want to separate. I think it's best for everybody if we just unite as a country, and hopefully we can get a conservative in there who treats Alberta more fairly and has a little bit more respect for them. And considering that Pierre Poilievre will be a member of parliament representing Alberta and is from Alberta, I think that Albertans know that there's a better chance of that with Pierre, and we might not have to wait a full 4 years. In fact, I don't think we're gonna. I think we're gonna be heading back to the polls sometime within a year or two. If Carney's Trudeau-like agenda is what the Liberals are planning to do, which means broken promises, more scandals, and the middle class continues to get wiped out, well, it's not going to take long for people to realize. I mean, people are already realizing they got played. Right? Mark Carney's like, oh, our relationship with America is over, and blah, blah, blah. And then the next thing you know, the first thing he does when he wins the election, calls up Trump and says, hey, buddy, let's make a deal. And now he's going to the White House on May 6th. So much for the elbows up, I guess. Because you can save your stupid little chicken dance for the next election or whatever you want to do. But either way, that's going to be it, guys. Let me know what you think about Pierre Poilievre making a return. He surely will win the riding. I think they got 82% of the vote for the Conservatives. So even if 10 parties combined, they're not going to stop Pierre Poilievre from getting back in. So but let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious to hear your opinions on this one. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.